you have to calculate that motion in a straight line path, upward direction or downward direction of multiple equation of motion. Now we have to discussing about that circular motion. What is the definition of a circular motion? Circular motion means the motion of the body is moving in circular path. The motion of the body is moving in a circular path is called as circular motion. Okay, just identify this point. If a body is moving in circular path, if a body is moving in circular path, that motion we have to consider circular motion. Just identify this condition. Okay, body is moving in a circular path. This motion of body is called as circular motion. But here, circular motion, there are two types of motion. How many types? Two types. One is uniform. Okay, circular motion, how many types? Two types. One is uniform circular motion. Another one is non-uniform circular motion. Okay, in these two conditions, we have to discussing subject related points. Very important. Here, how many types of circular motions are there? Means there are two types of circular motion. First one uniform, second one is non-uniform. Here, first uniform circular motion. Already we discussed that point in horizontal direction. If a body is moving with uniform velocity, if a body is definition for that uniform velocity, a body covers equal displacements in equal intervals of time. So here also we have to discussing about that uniform circular motion. In uniform circular motion, so here speed is constant. Which one is constant? Speed is constant. Just identify that the speed of a body is constant in a circular path. So which one is constant? We have to identify this point. Speed is constant. Due to that reason, we have to define this uniform circular motion. If a body is moving with a constant speed in a circular path, if a body is moving with a constant speed in a circular path, is called as a uniform circular motion. Okay, you have any doubt? So just identify that point. If a body is moving with constant speed, if a body is moving with a constant speed in circular path, is called as uniform circular motion. Okay, so but here in this circular motion, we have to identify constant physical quantity and variable physical quantity in a uniform circular motion. What are the physical quantities or constant? What are the physical quantities or variable? We have to identify. Okay, just identify that. So condition we can identify first one, speed is constant. Identify this path. Total length covered by the body in a circular path equal to circumference. Circumference of the circular path is constant. So identify this point. 2 pi r constant. Circumference is constant, speed constant, and time period for one complete rotation is constant. Time is a scalar quantity. Don't forget. Here, speed constant in a uniform circular motion. Here, total path covered by the body we have to consider that is equal to 2 pi r. 2 pi r value equal to constant. Time taken by the body to complete one rotation. To complete one rotation is also constant. That time period is also constant. Okay, here time period equal to constant. Okay, all physical quantities are constant. No, all physical quantities are not constant. Some few physical quantities only we have to consider. So constant physical quantity in uniform circular motion. Okay, what about the remaining? The remaining physical quantities are vector quantities. Remaining physical quantities are vector. All vector quantities in uniform circular motion variables. Okay, all vector quantities in uniform circular motion variable quantities. What are the vector quantities we have to consider in this uniform circular motion? First one, here speed we have to consider along the path, but velocity always consider tangent to the curved path. What is the reason? Velocity is a vector quantity. We have to represent that velocity tangent to the curved path. Okay, another observation point we have to identify. Velocity tangent to the curved path. Here we can identify that velocity tangent to the curved path. Here also velocity tangent to the curved path. For every observation point, we have to consider that velocity direction tangent to that curved path. Okay, na? Understood? But here we can identify magnitude of velocity never changes. Magnitude is constant. For example, it is moving with 30 kilometer per hour. 30 kilometer per hour. Okay, so here magnitude of velocity constant. Magnitude of velocity constant, but direction always changes. This magnitude equal to magnitude of speed. What is the definition of vector? One time we have to say. What is the vector definition? A physical quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. Yes or no? In that two conditions, any one changes, that quantity is called as variable quantity. In a previous condition, we discussed that non-uniform velocity. If a body covers an equal displacement in equal intervals of time, there we consider that point body covers unequal displacements, nothing but magnitude. Yes or no? Your magnitude changes, but direction constant. The direction we have to consider in forward direction. Because of that reason, that quantity we consider as a non-uniform velocity. Here also we consider that magnitude constant, but the direction always changes. So in that first condition, point A, we have to observe upward. So we have to consider this direction. So with the help of news. News required for explain this circular motion on plane surface. Okay, so here news, north, another one east, next one south, next west. So we have to explain any motion of the body on plane surface, we required news on. Now here represent that velocity of a body along the north direction. Another observation point, we can consider at point B, what is the direction of velocity along the west direction. And here we can consider the direction of velocity of a body along south direction. At this point, we have to identify. At this point, we have to consider the direction of velocity along east direction. Yes or no? So every observation point, the direction of velocity changes, but its magnitude is constant. Okay. Now identify. Initially, we have to consider that body at point A. Another point we have to consider B. Another point C. 4 observation points we have to consider on plane surface. A, B, C, D. 4 observation points. Okay, so now along the circular path, which is constant, speed constant. Okay, speed constant. Speed constant. Okay, so this motion, uniform circular motion. Your body is moving with a constant speed in circular path. This motion is called as a uniform circular motion. In a uniform circular motion, okay, circumference is constant, time period is constant, speed of body constant in a uniform circular motion. But remaining quantities, what are the remaining quantities? Velocity, next one, acceleration, centripetal acceleration, centrifugal acceleration, centripetal force, and centrifugal force. All are variable quantities. Now consider that at initial observation point, what is the direction of velocity? Velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Here, velocity, here speed equal to how much we consider? 30 kilometer per hour. But what is the direction of velocity? V1? V1 equal to 30 kilometer per hour. But direction we have to consider towards east direction. Understood? So the direction of velocity of a body towards east direction. Another observation point we have to consider at point B, and this point we can calculate that speed. What is that speed value? 30 kilometer per hour. But what is the direction of velocity? Direction of velocity tangent to the curve. Okay, magnitude is same, but direction is different. Direction of velocity, we can identify that V2 vector. So here 30 kilometer per hour. At point A, 30 kilometer per hour, but direction towards east direction. At point B, we consider that direction of velocity tangent to the circular path and its magnitude 30 kilometer per hour. So it represents towards north direction. Which direction? North direction. To have any confusion means represent that news. Represent that news. North, east, south, west. Okay, north, east, south, west. Okay, we have to represent that. Understood? Now here 30 kilometer per hour towards north direction. Magnitude is constant, but direction changes. And here we have to consider magnitude of velocity V3. V3 equal to 30 kilometer per hour. But direction towards which direction? West direction. Towards west direction, we have to consider the direction of velocity. And here we can identify that magnitude of velocity, how much? Velocity V4. Velocity V4. Okay, so its magnitude 30 kilometer per hour. But direction towards downward direction here, south. Okay, understood. Now here discussing that circular motion on plane surface. That motion we have to explaining with the help of this news reference. Okay, news nothing but north, east, south, west. Okay, so here we can consider that 4 observation points A, B, C, D. At this observation point, we can calculate speed and the magnitude of velocity. Magnitude of speed and magnitude of velocity is same. But direction of velocity, we have to represent tangent to the circular path and direction of speed along the curved path. Okay, we have to consider that one more point. But in every observation point, we can observe here that the magnitude of velocity constant, 30 kilometer per hour, 30 kilometer per hour, 30 kilometer per hour. But direction changes. Then we have to consider it is a variable quantity. Okay, magnitude constant and direction changes. Then we can represent it as a variable quantity. Or if magnitude variable and direction is constant, it is a variable quantity. Don't forget this point. This point is very, very important for explaining this condition. Okay, understood? Okay, next one. Okay, next one. Velocity is a vector quantity. What about change in velocity? Here, velocity is a variable quantity. What is the direction of change in velocity? What is the direction of change in velocity? In which direction we have to represent that change in velocity? In which direction we have to represent that change in velocity direction? So before only explain that point, velocity is a variable quantity. Change in velocity is also variable quantity. What is the direction? If velocity is constant, centripetal. If your velocity is constant, acceleration how much? 0. But we did not consider that velocity is equal to constant. Velocity is a variable quantity. Because of that reason only we have to get centripetal acceleration. Okay, otherwise you are getting that acceleration 0. Okay, so now we can find out that direction of change in velocity. Direction of change in velocity, that change in velocity is also variable quantity. So note down this information for velocity. Next we have to discussing about that change in velocity. ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ చేసింది అప్పుడప్పుడు గ్యాప్ ఇస్తా ఉంటా భోజనానికి. Okay, students. You can explain one by one. You can concentrate on the board. Here, body is moving in circular path. Center of the circle, we have to represent O. Draw radius. In which direction we have to draw that radius? Radius is vector or scalar? Radius is a vector or scalar? Just identify. We have to draw that radius always from center to circumference. From center to circumference. Okay, from center to circumference, because that region we can consider radius is a vector quantity. Which quantity? Vector quantity. But it is a variable quantity. Don't forget, everyone think magnitude of radius is constant only. Why you are saying that boards are variable quantity? Radius is a variable quantity. It is a wrong one. Magnitude constant, but direction changes. You have to identify this condition. From O to A, it is an observation point. What is the direction? Direction of radius vector from center of circle to circumference. Okay, now we have to represent another observation point. We have to represent radius vector from center to circumference. But here, magnitude constant. For example, magnitude of radius vector R1 is equal to 1 meter. R2 equal to 1 meter. Okay, in both the condition you are getting that magnitude 1 meter, but direction. In the first condition, we consider that direction from center of circle to circumference. That direction represent OA. Yes or no? And here we can consider that in the second condition, R2 equal to 1 meter, but direction from O to D direction. Here direction changes, then radius is a variable quantity. Understood? Andaru chala varaku I observed that point. So many students and teachers explain that point. Radius constant, radius magnitude constant. Don't forget this point. In mathematics also, we have to use that terminology. Radius magnitude of radius constant, but its direction always changes. Because of that reason, here radius is a variable quantity. Don't forget this point. What is that change in radius? Here radius changes only. What is that change in radius? What is that change in radius? Yeah, here change in radius we have to represent from initial point to final point. It is a resultant delta R. Delta R represent change in radius. Okay, na? Understood this point? Don't forget this point. Here, direction of radius we have to consider from initial point to final point. It is a vector. Change in radius is also vector. Radius is a vector. Change in radius also vector quantity. Understood? Okay. So now, what is that angle? Angle between R1, R2, theta. Angle between R1 and R2, theta. Understood? So which quantity is variable quantity? Radius. It is a vector also. It's a vector quantity. Radius is a vector quantity, and in a uniform circular motion, radius is a variable quantity. Understood? Okay, but what is the direction of velocity? Okay, direction of velocity always tangent to the circular path and perpendicular to the radius. Tangent to the circular path and perpendicular to the radius. We have to consider that direction of velocity of a body at observation point A on uniform circular path. Okay, its velocity tangent to the circular path. So its velocity we have to consider v1. So vector v1 bar. Here also we have to represent r2 bar, r1 bar. Okay, we consider that second observation point B. At this observation point, what is the velocity? Velocity v2 bar. v1 bar and v2 bar. At point A, velocity v1 bar tangent to the circular path. At point B, velocity v2 bar, it is tangent to the circular path. But we have to find out that change in velocity. Do you know vector addition? Vector addition. In vector addition, one convenient is there for us. What is that convenient? We have to move one vector from one place to the another place. Its magnitude and direction never changes. Its magnitude and direction never changes. Now I have to move this v1 bar vector. V1 bar vector from here to here. So just we have to move this v1 bar vector. Now O dash, we have to consider that dash point. So now here direction is same. Magnitude value is same, v1 bar only, modulus of v1 bar. Magnitude is same, direction is same. Okay, now we have to find out that v2 bar. What is the direction? We have to represent it in this time. Means between north and west direction represented. Okay, we have to move that vector from here to here. Draw that vector. Now identify direction is same direction, magnitude is same. Okay, here both the tails are coincide at O dash. Then you can calculate angle between v1 and v2. What is that angle? What is the angle between r1 and r2? Theta only. Here we can identify that v1 perpendicular to radius. Here v2 perpendicular to radius. In both the conditions, we have to consider that velocity vector perpendicular to radius vector. Yes or no? Here angle between r1 and r2 is theta. At the same time, we have to consider that angle between v1 and v2 how much? Theta only. These two angles are similar angles. Understood? So now we have to represent that change in velocity. We have to represent that change in velocity. Delta v bar from initial to final. Direction of change in velocity we represented towards center of circular path. Towards center of circular path. Okay, na? Understood? Radius vector always represented from center of circle to circumference. Direction of change in velocity we have to represent from circumference to center of the circle. Okay, na? But so change in velocity is a variable quantity. Okay, so identify radius is variable, velocity variable quantity, and change in velocity. Change in velocity is also variable quantity. Is also variable quantity. Understood? Next, what about centripetal acceleration? What about centripetal acceleration? Centripetal acceleration is a vector quantity. Its direction always towards center of circle. Okay, so we have to discussing about that centripetal acceleration also. Note down this diagram first. Information is very important. This information is not there in your textbook, but in examination they will ask that point. So what is the direction of change in velocity? The direction of change in velocity always represent towards center of a circular path. Okay, note down. And what is the direction of radius also? Direction of radius always we have to represent from center to circumference. Don't represent that radius direction from circumference to center of the circle. Okay, note down. Okay, students, now we have to continue one more vector physical quantity, centripetal acceleration. Okay, so now just identify that. What is the definition of acceleration? A is equal to dv by dt. The rate of change of velocity is called as acceleration. The rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Which direction we consider that condition? In straight line condition, straight line path. The rate of change of velocity is called as acceleration. But here we consider that motion is uniform circular motion. Now find the rate of change in velocity in uniform circular motion. So here rate delta v by delta t. Okay, time is scalar quantity. The rate of change in velocity is called as centripetal acceleration. Therefore, we have to represent the direction of centripetal acceleration towards the center of circular path. Direction of change in velocity, direction of acceleration always represented in always represented towards center of circular path. Okay, don't forget this point. So now I have to represent that direction of centripetal acceleration with another diagram. Now just identify this one circular path only. Now direction we have to consider that point A, at point B, at point C, another point at point D. Okay, 4 observation points. It is B only. Now represent the directions. Represent the directions of radius vector or both. That radius vector direction from center to circumference. Another direction we have to represent that radius from center to circumference. Here also we have to represent that radius vector from center to circumference. Okay, at A point we have to represent the direction of radius vector from center to circumference. But what is the direction of change in velocity? Direction of change in velocity, delta v bar. Okay, we have to represent towards the center. Okay, here also we have to represent that delta v. Delta v towards the center of circular path. Towards the center of circular path, and at point D we have to represent delta v bar towards the center of circular path, and here we have to represent delta v bar towards the center of a circular path. At every observation point, we can calculate that change in velocity. That change in velocity, magnitude constant, but direction towards the center of circular path. Understood? But a radius, direction, always we have to represent from center to circumference. Okay, but direction changes. Direction changes. Next, we have to represent that centripetal acceleration. The rate of change in velocity in a uniform circular motion is called as a centripetal acceleration, and its direction towards the center of a circular path. Identify that centripetal acceleration, AC. What is the direction from D to R? D to R direction. Here at this observation point, we have to calculate that centripetal acceleration AC towards the center of a circular path. Okay, here also we have to calculate that centripetal acceleration AC towards center of the circular path from D to O direction. At observation point here, observation point A, we can calculate that centripetal acceleration. The direction of centripetal acceleration from A to O. Okay, at every observation point, you are getting magnitude of centripetal acceleration is constant, but direction changes. Here, centripetal acceleration is a variable or constant quantity. Centripetal acceleration is a variable quantity. We have to identify that point. Okay, centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration, variable quantity. Okay, so it is a variable quantity. Next, what is the formula for force? Already this point we discussed in a previous class. In 8th class, we discussed that what is the formula for force? What is definition of force? Definition of force: push or pull. Yes or no? Push or pull is called as a force. Here, force is denoted by the letter F. F is equal to mass into acceleration. Already we discussed this point in a previous class. In 8th class, we discussed this point. Yes or no? Okay. So, but we have to identify that condition. Force F is equal to mass into acceleration. Force F is equal to mass into acceleration. Here, one force is required to move the body in a circular path. Yes or no? Without a force, we cannot move the body in a circular path. Here, one force is necessary for us. That force can keep the body in a circular path with a constant speed. But that force is a vector quantity. Yes or no? So already we discussed in a vector concept. What are the examples for vectors? Means I expand that point of displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, impulse, momentum. Okay, work. Momentum, torque, etc. These all are vector quantities. Here, all vector quantities are variable quantities. Already I explained in uniform circular motion. Here, force is also one variable quantity and it is a vector quantity. But what is the direction of that force? So this force acts towards center. This force acts towards center. Because of that reason, this force is also called as centripetal force. Which force? Centripetal force. Now represent that centripetal force. Centripetal force direction towards center of circular path. So in which direction we have to consider that centripetal force from D to O direction. Another observation point we have to consider that point C, we have to consider that centripetal force. Yeah, centripetal force keep the body in uniform circular path, but its direction always towards the center. So consider centripetal force direction from C to O direction. At this observation point, we have to consider that centripetal force from D to O direction. And here also we have to consider that centripetal force from A to O direction. Understood point? Understood this point, Nana? Do you have any doubt? Okay, so at every observation point, centripetal force is acting towards the center of a circular path. That force is necessary for body moving with a constant speed in a circular path. Okay, na? Understood? Okay, so here centripetal force is also variable quantity. Centripetal force is also variable quantity. Okay, and next one more physical quantity is there. Centrifugal force. One more physical quantity, centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is an imaginary vector. These points all are we have to discussing in IT. These all points we have to discussing in IT only. Okay, so in vector notation we can explaining this centripetal force and centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is a pseudo vector. Is one imaginary vector. This vector always acting opposite to the real vector. Okay, pseudo vectors always is acting opposite to the real vector. Here, real vector is centripetal force. Okay, centripetal force. Centripetal force is a real vector. But pseudo force, imaginary vector, that vector acts opposite to the real vector. So direction we have to represent opposite to centripetal force. Okay, CF we have to represent suffix. Okay, CF, centrifugal force acts always away from center of the circle. In general state board, we have to discuss this point. According to Newton's law, every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. One force acts towards center of circular path, another force acts away from center of circular path. That is Newton's law. But we have to discuss subject related points. Okay, and every time we have to consider that Newton's law, so it is not possible. We can explaining with a brief information. It is Newton's third law only, but which type of vector? It is imaginary vector or real vector. Okay, which one is reaction? Which one is action? We want to consider means compulsory. We have to represent that real vector and pseudo vector. Pseudo vector we have to represent always opposite to the real vector. Okay, it is a imaginary vector. Centrifugal force acts away from center of the circular path. And this observation point also we have to represent that centrifugal force away from center of the circular path. Okay, na? Understood? At every observation point, we have to consider that centrifugal force towards acting center of the circular path, and centrifugal force acts away from center of the circular path. But net force acting on that body equal to 0. Net force is acting on the body is equal to 0. Because of that reason, the body is moving with a constant speed in a circular path. Don't forget this point. Net force acts on a body, how much means 0 only. Okay, net force formula, Fnet is equal to Fc minus Fcf. Centripetal force minus centrifugal force. Okay, what is the reason? Both are acting in opposite direction. What is the net force? 0. Net force acts on the body, how much? 0 force acts on the body, then body maintained constant speed in a circular path. This point only we have to discussing in our solar system. All planets are revolving around the sun in a circular path. All planets are revolving around the sun in a circular path. But what is the net force acts on that planet? Net force acts on the planet equal to 0. Because of that reason, all the planets are moving with a constant speed on. Understood? Students, do you have any doubt? No doubts. Okay, it is a clear explanation for you. Okay, so here body is moving with a constant speed. So net force how much? 0. Okay, what are the physical quantities or variable quantities? All vector quantities. What are the vector quantities we consider in circular motion? That all vector quantities are variable quantities only. And remaining scalars we have to consider speed, time period, circumference. Circumference is also one constant quantity. Time period is constant quantity, speed constant quantity. But our students is getting one confusion. Angular velocity, angular displacement. Okay, angular velocity, angular displacement, angular acceleration. These all are variable or scalar quantities. These all are variable quantities. These vectors are polar vectors or axial vectors. Already explained this point. Axial vector means that vector is acting along the axis of rotation. All angular physical quantities are variable quantities in the circular motion. Don't forget. Okay, so every vector quantity we have to consider in a circular motion. That quantities all are variable, but scalar quantities constant. Scalar quantities constant. What are the scalar quantities we consider in the uniform circular motion? Means speed, time period, circumference. In examination, they will ask that point only. What are the physical quantities are constant in uniform circular motion? Okay, that point. For that point only, we discussing the total concept: speed, time period, circumference. Understood? 2 marks question. Okay, but explanation 8 marks explanation. Okay, understood? Speed, time period, circumference. What are the physical quantities or variable quantities? All vector quantities: velocity, centripetal acceleration, change in velocity, centripetal force, centrifugal force, and the radius vector. These all are the variable quantities. Okay, so don't forget. So note down this information. Okay. Next one. Oh. Yeah, madam. Tenju sir ne నవ్వించేస్తున్నాను. Okay, students, next point, non-uniform circular motion. If a body is moving with a different velocity, okay, it's not a constant, sorry, if a body is moving with a non-uniform speed in a circular path is called as a non-uniform circular motion. In this circular motion, we consider speed is a variable quantity. Which one is a variable quantity? Speed is variable quantity. Because of that reason, we consider this motion is called as non-uniform circular motion. In examination, they will ask this point only. How many types of circular motions are there? There are 2 types of circular motion. First one, uniform circular motion. Second one, non-uniform circular motion. Define uniform circular motion. If a body is moving with a constant speed in a circular path, is called as uniform circular motion. Second one, non-uniform circular motion. So how to define this non-uniform circular motion? If a body is moving with a variable speed in a circular path, is called as a non-uniform circular motion. So example for non-uniform circular motion: if a body projected at an angle with a horizontal surface. Just identify this condition. The body projected at an angle with horizontal, sorry, no, circular motion only we have to discuss it. Okay, it is a non-uniform motion, but it is not circular motion. Here body is moving in a circular path, but speed is not equal to constant. Speed not equal to constant. So here maintain at this point speed we have to consider 30 meter per second. At this observation point, we have to identify that speed 20 meter per second. Okay, at this observation, we have to consider that speed. Okay, 30 meter per second. Here we have to identify. So here 20 is equal to maybe something we have to consider that 5 times 5 root g. We have to consider 30 under 60 meter per second. Okay, in this 4 observation point, body maintained different speeds. Body maintained different speeds in circular path. Okay, because of that reason, this motion is called as non-uniform circular motion. Best example, vertical circular motion. Which is circular motion? Vertical circular motion. Vertical circular motion is a non-uniform circular motion. Okay, so it cannot maintain the constant speed in vertical circular motion. This point is an example for that non-uniform circular motion. Understood? Okay, there are 2 types of circular motion is there. Horizontal, sorry, circular motion on plane surface. Another circular motion we have to consider in a vertical direction. Okay, plane surface we have to consider on consider with the help of news, north, east, south, west. Reference is required for us. But in vertical direction, we have to use x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so don't forget, reference is required for explaining that plane circular motion and vertical circular motion. Okay, understood, students? This is the brief information about circular motion. Okay, don't forget. So one time you have to open your textbook and read. Yesterday, one parent asked me, okay, why the students are not follow the textbook? I given the material completed only. They prepared material only. But you have to follow textbook also. Textbook reading is also very important. Okay, for scoring purpose. Okay, understood? Okay, students, bye.
And